So for Black Friday, well, Cyber Black Friday weekend or whatever, let me take off my glasses. I ended up buying a Hello Nest Hello to switch out our doorbell. As you can see, we got this little fancy thing on the brick flagstone. I think that's what you call it. And Eric is gonna put it together.
You got your base plate that goes to the wall. Got your screws. Note, masonry bit for drilling into masonry-like items, stone, etc. So the first thing you want to do is turn off the power to the doorbell. So I figured out that this thing right here just can be pulled out, exposing the two wires. Here's the base plate. And we want to see where we could potentially mount this thing. We want it to be as flush as possible. So that's where it's gonna be for the most part. I'm gonna see how they have this here. So what I'm doing right now, are you recording?
Yes.
Is just taking off the leads. Remember, you have to turn off the power. I mean, shoot, man, you'd be that unfortunate soul who gets freaking shocked. That would suck. That would suck for you, and that would suck for your family. Back to the base plate. So this is feed this through just to guesstimate where it's gonna potentially be at. So as you can see, this is the opening. This is where all the wire is gonna feed through. But the challenge is, if you see where the two holes where I'm gonna drill through are, they may be on the very edge. So with that being said, I have little to play with in regards to drilling into the stone. And what I'm looking for is how big the hole's gonna be. So, you see how much room I have to play with? I have that much room to play with. So I literally cannot screw this up. So this contractor clown was gonna charge us $150 to install this thing. Can you believe that? $150 to install this thing. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Did you just break it?
No.
That's like not a lot of room.
Yeah, I know. So that's the issue about, installing something like this on uneven stone, right? This is pretty much flush. The bottom mount point is flush against the wall for the most part. About an inch gap, half an inch of gap between the base and the stone. And what's gonna happen is when you go to mount it, your camera is gonna be facing the freaking ceiling. So, with my ingenious idea, throw a couple washers in there to make it flush and even. That'll solve your issue. But oh, hell no. Hammer drill. Washers to the back to make it flush. So what I'm doing is I'm loosening the screws on the back of the Nest Hello just enough so I can get these wires over. So I'm taking the black wire and putting it to any terminal, so it makes it easier. So if you hook right, make sure you hook is right, facing to the right, for those folks who doesn't know their left and right, put on the right, the hook is facing right. It makes it that much easier when you go to screw. That way it doesn't come out just like it just did earlier. And then same thing goes for the left, or the red wire. You feed the wires back in, and it should just click. So if it doesn't just click like that, that means there's either some wire left over which you need to tuck. You need to make sure that all the wires tucked away, or else it's not gonna fit. It's not gonna clip on like it should. There you go.
I just fall off the thing.
No. I need to power it on, but before I power it on, I have to go install the other part to the chime.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's what it looks like on the outside. That's pretty fresh looking. Next, you have to locate your chime box, which looks like that, but it could look, colors vary, so you could see a black one or a brown one. So obviously, it's the box that emits the sound, the doorbell sound. You're gonna go up and you're gonna remove the box. So what I'm unscrewing is what you'll see if you do uncover your chime box, what you'll see is this wire that I'm removing from the front. It says front, trans, rear. You want to unscrew the the front, and put it into the white. Is guesstimating 1/4 inch. That to me is about 1/4 inch. You never want to have more than 1/4 inch exposed. So again, take this front wire, put it into the white. So there's two wires, gray and white. You're gonna plug it into this hole. It should lock. Okay, cool. Then the white wire you will connect into the front. Now I'm gonna unscrew the red wire, which is the trans wire, trim to where you have about a quarter inch. I'm guesstimating here. Then plug into that part. Cool. Then take the gray wire and put it into the trans. Secure it. Okay. Now make sure you secure all the wiring away from the moving parts. So moving parts include this part right here, these parts, right? Because if you don't secure it away from the moving parts, your stuff's gonna sound very funky. On the back of this part, you just remove this basically double-sided tape. You want to secure it to, a part of this thing. So you can go high, but again, you never want to mess with the moving parts. So I'm gonna stick it right there. Again, make sure it doesn't come in contact. None of the wires come in contact with the moving parts. So adjust as necessary. And then replace. Okay, it's back on. Now we're going outside to connect the actual device to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so back to setting up. So just in case, let's just say you installed your Nest device onto your wall, and then you go to setup in your settings. Let's just say that you installed your device and then you screwed yourself over because the QR code is behind this, right? Rather than going through the whole entire process of uninstalling the whole entire thing, if you go, make sure you don't trash any of these items, right? The secondary QR code is right here on this brown envelope. So if you go into your settings, right, when you open your Nest app, of course, you add a product, scan the QR code, right? You can't really scan because it's on the back of this item. You're gonna take this card, you're gonna put it right there. It should pick it up, okay? Make sure Nest Hello will work with your home's voltage level compatibility checker. One thing I did not tell you guys was that you need to ensure that your doorbell or the voltage going through the doorbell is compatible with the Nest. The last time I checked, I think it's like 15 volts for power, for the house's power to power the Nest doorbell or Hello doorbell. So make sure you check your transformer, which I'll show you guys in like a couple minutes after I set this up, what a transformer is and where are put possible locations of this transformer. So what I'm gonna do here is, it says make sure Nest Hello will work with your home's voltage level. If you don't know, click that link where it says compatibility checker, or just hire someone. Testing Wi-Fi, setting up Nest network, finishing up, and it's green. So it's taking a couple minutes for it to go through the proper setup protocol. Okay, so it's been added to my Nest account. Great, so I'm gonna click next. So you should see live video. All right, so there's gonna be feedback. There's Jenilee. Oh. There you go.
There it is. It's just us.
Okay. So, like I said, we're already connected here. We did our test. It's sent it through the Nest app. You can actually, so as soon as this, someone presses the doorbell, it sends a notification to your phone. It's basically a live feed. You'll be able to talk to them or talk to the person pressing the doorbell button. But most importantly, the number one issue that a lot of folks have when installing this Nest Hello doorbell thing is that they failed to realize that there is a transformer, which is again the third part of the most important part of this project. The transformer must push out at least 15 volts to the doorbell. If you're an electrician or you have a little bit of expertise related to the electronic side of the house, you know, by all means, you know, measure the voltage accordingly using a voltmeter. If not, you know, again, hire a licensed professional to do all this for you. So let me show you where your transformer is. So this is our transformer. It's it can be located in your garage. It's located in our garage. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in for you guys, not zoom in, but show you guys the fine details. Okay, so it says 16 volts load, right? You see where it says 16V? You need at least 15 to power your Nest doorbell. So if your transformer does not have at least 16 volts or at least 15 volts, right, then you will not be able to power your Hello Nest doorbell. Again, so this is what a transformer may look like. This is the one that looks like what it looks like in our house. Cool, thanks.